What's up, Becky? How are you? We're making little pendants today. Very exciting stuff. We haven't made these in a while, so I wanted to make some more teapot pendants. This is really not what we should be doing today because I really need to start making some bulk to fill out the kiln. What are you getting up to today? Anything fun? What time is it? Gotcha. That's too bad. Why'd you wake up so early? What happened? Dragon, what's good? This clay is like really, really, really stupid soft reclaim. So I think I'm gonna have quite a bit of issues with it this morning, but we're gonna try our best. Oh, hell yeah. What's the next step? Hi, Harvey. How are you? We're hanging out with a chinchilla named Albert today. Okay, okay, okay. How long do you think that'll take? Bye, Harvey. Okay, that's not bad. You excited? Yeah, no, this clay is like the only reason it's as firm as it is because I wedged in like 4 pounds of silica sand before we started. This clay is gnarly. I'm also feeling like maybe we make some mugs today. I don't know if that's of interest. But a friend of mine who has bought in one of my little mini pendants, she shows it off to all of the like pottery sales she goes to, and she is constantly getting all these like great feedback and blah blah blah. And I feel like I should make more of these. Oh hell yeah, that's fantastic. All right, sounds good, Aki. We'll mug it up later. We're gonna make like quite a few of these teapots. Um, also, so from the teapot excursion that we did, there was one style that I really liked, and then we're gonna continue as maybe a actual style of teapot, and that's the, stacking stone one. I think that's my favorite that we did, right? And I feel like that one, I mean, hold on, you guys have a clay right over the comment section. Ugh, there we go. That one was, probably it's not, like, super usable, but I think people would love to use it. I mean, I know I would. Also, let's make 10 of these this morning. We could even make one of those as the pendant, a stacking stone teapot pendant might be really cool. Oh, well, that's depressing. Do you have issues with plates? They certainly are annoying in the sense of stacking them into a kiln. Mhm. That's what I'm thinking. I think that one's the one that I'm most excited about. Yeah, we're gonna make a miniature stacking stone one right here as a pendant, which I think will be very cute. We might, because we're doing a stacking stone one, maybe we'll do 2 stacking stone ones and then knock the amount of teapots we're doing but down by, 2. So that seems kind of small, that one I just did. But maybe not. Maybe it's not small considering they're gonna stack on top of each other and then have a top handle. Definitely easier to make these in miniature, which is nice. Oh, minis so much easier than making actual pots. Great. Alright, then this one is gonna be the top stone, so the top of it has to have an opening. What's up, Amanda? How are you? Go good. We're doing these ones are the mini stacking stone teapots. Oh, seriously? I'm so sorry. When did that happen? Okay, gotcha. Jesus, that sounds awful. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That sounds like a horrible way to spend your weekend. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, but yeah, that sounds awful. I bet it did. Hi, hi. Oh man, my weekend was so busy. I'm I didn't really get a weekend. I'm kind of annoyed today's Monday. It was good though. It was just really busy. A lot going on. So much driving this weekend. I just like an insane amount of driving. And I kind of collapsed this one, so let's just embrace the fact that I kind of collapsed it. Oh, yeah. The modeling was okay. It was fun. It was nice. I felt bad for this one. There's like one woman there who was like just she was like freaking out the entire time we were about to go out because and I get it. It's like it's a small town, things like that. And her boobs were like about to fall out any moment. And so she was just really didn't want that to happen. So I felt bad for her on that one. But it was fun. Hell yeah, Amanda. I just did a bisque. Honestly, I don't really want to be in here right now. But we have 3 firings in the next month. So I need more tea. I'm just happy I don't have to drive for the tennis team today. We have 3 away matches, and I was able to get out of doing one of them, which was really honestly really great for me mentally, and, I wanted to teach the kids more, so okay, so we're gonna do a two-part stacking stone on this one. This one's gonna be a little bigger than the other ones that we've made. Um, I don't think it's a bad thing, but 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be our 6th teapot. We're gonna do 10 total. This part, trying to use my finger. It's not gonna fly for this. We haven't had this comment in quite some time, but it seems like, or I get messages on Instagram when I post the minis, where I had been, where people are always talking about their mini wheel setup. But people who do mini pots as like their full-time hobby, um, they are really obsessed with these minis. I it's crazy how many people have, when I started making these, sent me like hundreds of videos and photos of stuff. It was pretty silly. I mean, I love it. It's great. It's just very silly to me. Yeah, I feel like they go in and out. I feel like I could have built an entire business just on these minis and not made normal size work. The problem is I can't fire my kiln with minis, you know? But I think it'd be a really smart thing to do is to make 20 per firing. And even if I don't sell them all or show them all even, just to have them as a backlog, I think that'd be really smart. Uh-oh. That's true. No one saw that. Didn't happen. There's no video proof of it happening. Well, these ones don't have to pour, Amanda, so you could start with this if you want to. I should have done I didn't have time this weekend. Maybe I have some time today to actually make that plan for a workshop. I really need to do that. I also got asked to teach another teapot workshop locally, so I really just need to get my act together. I like this one. Okay, so this is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we got three more to do after this. I'm liking the idea of these stacking ones, so maybe we make a couple more stacking ones. So the nice thing about making like pendant teapots too, as far as like just talking about non-functional stuff, is we can get really experimental with shapes for scaling up. The problem is that we can like do spouts at cool angles and things that we couldn't do normally, but they won't scale, annoyingly. All right, so three more, but let's do stacking ones. It's crazy how much this like kid's toy came in handy. Who would have thought? Ooh, I just ripped this thing apart. Oh, something I want to make for the next firing is just like a bunch of matcha bowls with spouts. It's really weird. What I've noticed, the trend is people don't want to drink out of actual matcha bowls anymore, but they do want to drink out of matcha bowls with mix their matcha in a bowl with a spout and then pour it off into a smaller cup. What? What is this blasphemy that you guys are saying right here? This lack of teapotology. Oh, I gotta poke a hole in this one before it implodes on us. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. It's like a little ticking time, whatever. There we go. Nah, I got it in time, luckily. So this is gonna be a triple stacker. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more for you guys. It's okay if they go through because we're gonna get rid of the bottoms or whatever. Oh, so close up and personal. My goodness. Right, this one needs the top. And you know what we're gonna do? Because I think I'm gonna regret saying that we're gonna do 10. We're gonna do 8 of these right now. So this will be our last teapot body. And then we'll start working on the spouts and the lids and stuff. I just have a feeling I'm gonna regret trying to do 10. I know 2 more, it doesn't sound like a huge amount, but when it comes to teapots, it is. I don't know if the grittiness comes across because this was already like crazy architectural clay. And then again, to because it was way too wet to actually throw with, I wedged in 4 pounds of silica sand to it before we started. So it was like gritty on gritty on gritty on gritty. And I've definitely, this is all reclaims. I've already used a bunch of reclaim on it. I mean, sorry, a bunch of silica sand on it when I first threw it. So, and these are all going to get sheenowed. It's so gritty. It's a weird grit. It feels so odd on my hands. Okay. So now we need to make 8 spouts, and the only one that's gonna have the smallest, so this is the smallest teapot, and this is a triple stacker, and just as comparison, this is the small stacker one, this is the big stacker one, so it's already a significant smaller size, so I think we're gonna start with the smallest one, because I think this is gonna be the one that's gonna be hardest to actually make. I'm not even entirely sure how to make one. Right? It's a pebble stack indeed. Oh my god, the pebble series. Holy shit. I'm not even sure how to do this. It's too big. I'll keep it, but this spout's too big for the one that I was just showing you guys. It's good for the other ones. This is the normal size that we're gonna be doing, but we need to do half this size for the others, which is insane. Let me double check what I just said is accurate though. Okay, yeah. I mean, like, look at it. It's like not even look at the size difference. Well, that's what I just tried to do on this one. The thing is this clay's so gritty that it's not letting me. So this will be fine for this size, but we'll figure it out. I'm not concerned. But that's kind of what I just tried on that one. I tried the way you said first, and then it kept breaking. So I did the other way around and then into it. But this clay is so grit induced. See, it's like if I get super thin, it just rips. And that's the size we need. Now I just need to be able to poke a hole in it. And this is where it's just not staying centered. And then I ripped it. Oh, that might work. Because he's a crush on me. Are you jealous about that or what? Because I would be if I was you. I'm not even sure who Kurt Russell is. Sounds like a pervert though. Was I right about the perverted thing? Is that why that sweet boy left? Ah, fuck. Oh, is he? But is he a perverted actor? That otherwise I don't understand what that guy's point was. Oh my god. I I thought that um it wasn't recycling day, but it turns out it is. Hell yeah. I put out the recycling just in case. Oh, huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, the dude definitely meant Patrick Swayze. I don't think I've ever heard someone botch a ghost joke. All right, let's see if this is Gonna be small enough. No, but it works for this other one. It still has to be smaller than that. Jesus, why do we make one so small? Right? Has anybody else ever heard of someone messing up a ghost reference joke? I don't know how many years I've been streaming for that to someone just not sure what's going on. Or maybe he was making a different point. Maybe did this person do a remake of Ghost, but the guy doesn't know what Ghost is because he's a child that was trying to come in to say it? Now I'm just curious. I'll Google it after if I maybe. Honestly, I don't know if I care enough. Yeah. I mean, actually, I don't know that because I've never seen Ghost, and I never will see Ghost, but I assumed that I would have heard his name if he was in it at some point. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think that spout might be good enough. Oh, Gladiator. Actually, that even sounds kind of familiar to me now that you're saying that out loud. I think he was in Gladiator. One of the few movies I've seen because it came out when I was a child. I don't know if I've seen a movie as an adult, like, after the age of 18 that I could remember because I wanted to go see it myself and not dragged there. Gotcha. I don't think I'm missing out on seeing that movie. Oh, you know what? I take it back. I've seen some movies because I've been stuck in airplanes, and I don't regret, not seeing them in movie theaters. That would have been a waste of money. Yeah. I've never really been into the superhero trope, and, yeah, just not my I get so bored. If movies were 30 minutes, maybe I'd be more into it. If TV shows were only 15 minutes, I'd be more into that too. What was that about? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 more spouts. And then we can do the lids, then we can trim them, we can then put them together, and then we make handles. And I'm thinking top handles for a lot of them, but maybe not. Maybe some back handles, maybe some side handles. I don't know. The top handles are great just because they work really well for a necklace. And considering these are pendants for a necklace. So weird. I know the name that you're saying silver, but I couldn't put a face to any of these people. Oh, was it good? You can spoil it for me because I'm not gonna watch it. Oh, yeah? Well, that's cool. Well, if it's ever on an airplane, I'll give it a watch. Literally the only time I can sit through a movie because I can't do anything else. Ooh, can't go wrong with a rock spider. I what's the were they able to cure it? What's the outcome here? Alright, I figured out how to make these with spouts finally. Oh, very cool. Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm glad that it wasn't just like a cure-all situation. As soon as I said I knew how to do this, I screwed this one up. That's cool. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. 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 Well, if I am in the right space, maybe I'll give it a watch. Tell me the name one more time, please. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Lid time. Mm. So it wasn't really about curing the virus on a different planet. It was a kind of more of a selfish thing at the end of the day. Okay. So this is the trickiest part. Is just trying to measure these lids for the correct dimension. Yeah. Okay, okay. Wanted to do the new lid style on these. Well, I don't know if I can. No, this is a super hard lid to make on a miniature scale. Yeah. How do I do this? If I can't figure out how to do it, we'll just go back to our other lid design. That might be it right there, though. Not exactly what I wanted, but ah, ah, it fell off into the water. No. All right, let's do that again. Man, these are a pain in the butt. I know I could just do an easier lid, but I want to try this because that's the way we have been doing, and I kind of like the idea of just continuing through. Okay, let's try this again. This tool felt like the best. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this kind of lid. Let me give 5 more minutes of trying on this, and if I can't even make one lid in that time, I think I just fluked on that first one over there that we just broke. This clay is just not the right clay for it. Because I could just make a lid like that and be done. That's not really what I wanted. Yeah, that's interesting. So what if I do this? We have the lid. And then what I'm gonna do is reverse it. So I'll just push up here, and that should force the clay back up to look like it's the same kind of lid that we did before. But then it creates all these grumbles on the sides. And the question is, can I smooth this out without breaking them? It's a lot has to do with just how gritty this clay is and the fact it just is crumbling on me as we're throwing. I mean, that's kind of the lid, but not quite, but it might be the best I can do at this scale. The texture is gonna be super rad when this is too big, no, by like a huge margin. Let's see if it'll fit a different lid. I think the texture is gonna be awesome. It's still too big even for this one. That's the biggest one. Um, we're gonna have to just go back to the other lid style, I think. See. I think the texture is gonna be super cool when it gets fired, but until then, it just rips. Look at that. Ah, deep breaths. And that oven's too small. I'm probably gonna break it. Yeah. Oh man. Let me have a cup of tea. Contemplate my life decisions here. So the clay that we're using is part like I'd probably say like 20% the clay body of this cup that I'm drinking out of, maybe more. So it should be a pretty dark stoneware. I don't mind lids, except at this scale with this kind of clay. Ah, okay, we can do this. Thanks, Aki. Okay, wait a second. We might be onto something here, guys. It might be just as simple as that. Will that fit any of my lids though? No. What about this one? Yes. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's not screw it up. Okay, let's see if it fits. Hell yeah. Okay, one down, seven to go. That was the biggest one of all of them, though. Okay. But if I could recreate that same action, I think we'll be good. And all I did was okay. I'm not even gonna necessarily measure these at the moment, is I don't think I can like really change their size anyway by a large margin. So I don't think I'm gonna gain anything. I just think I'm gonna get depressed. So what we're gonna just do is, and this might take us a little bit more time, but we're just gonna pop them off, see if they fit any of them. If they do, awesome. If they don't, we'll chuck them. And the nice thing is that since these are lids that are strict, they're going to be fused to the pot themselves. They don't have to be snug. They can be a little bit loose. They just have to be big enough to actually sit on the gallery. All right, this one was quite a bit smaller than the last, so let's see if we can find oh, just too big for this one. Perfect. The one I'm worried about making is this one. So just for reference, we've essentially just made this hole, right? Now for one of them, we have to make one this small. I'm not gonna be able to do the same lid on this one. I just don't think it's physically possible for me to do it at the moment, with this clay. I think it's possible out of, like, fresh, good porcelain. Out of this, I don't think so. Or even, like, a non-grogged stoneware, I think that would be possible. But out of this, I don't know if it's possible with the same design, but this one looks very small. Maybe this will be big enough. Not for that really small one, but one of the smaller ones over there. Alright, let's see. close, but I don't think this will fit. So close. I wonder if I can ease it a little bit and just like open up this gallery just on the edge a little bit. I don't want to fuse these yet. It is like a little tiny button. Okay, cool. Boop. That wasn't the smallest one, but that was the second. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was the third smallest. Cool. We got this. Easy peasy. But what if I just did this? And then clean that up. I'm gonna do that. Just exploded. Christ. Ugh, okay, I just ruined it. I think we got an idea though on how to do this properly. So that's cool. So I think the other thing we want to, so the next thing we want to do today, either we're gonna make Dragon's side-handled teapot, which we should probably do, or we make a bunch of matcha bowls as the project after this. Dragon, remind me how many milliliters you were looking for the double wall piece, if you're still interested, obviously. You also have to make Aki's bunny. Okay. And I can't remember, you didn't care about design or you gave me artistic freedom and what kind of holes we do, right? Or did you want something specific? Either way works for me. Okay, that will fit once I mess with the bottom part. So that's good. Okay, so we have 3 larger, so let's try to get the, okay, cool, 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 cool. I got you. Would you be cool if I use this clay body? Because I think it would be really cool as a double walled piece. this much grit. Okay, we're gonna go for the mega small one. God, wish me luck. Cool. So I think what's gonna happen then is we're gonna finish all these teapots. I'm gonna take like an emotional 20-minute break just to like reset, and then we'll be right back at it. It's too big. It's still too big. Sounds good. Just look at the size difference that we're going for right here. This is the lid we need to go to. It's like not even close. All right, we're gonna have to do a normal lid on this one. It's too small. I can't. I with this clay I can't do it. I mean, I bet I could, but I really don't want to spend like an hour and a half trying to make one stupid lid. You know what I mean? I already spent a lot of time doing the other ones, which was wow. This clay just shatters. That still looks a little big for me. It really well, it's silica sanded up. I mean, there is grog in here, but it's mostly oh my god, how small is this? That's still too big. Oh my god. Insane. Charging $5 billion for this one because I how long this damn lid took. Yeah. Oh no, don't cut like that, please. Holy shit, it's still too big. No way. No shot. Look at that. It's still too big. How is that possible? What's crazy, we've actually made smaller teapots than this in the past. So why is this giving me so much trouble? Okay, there we go. I just opened up the top a little bit. Christ, that was annoying. I not didn't like that. Okay, so now we have 3 more lids that are slightly bigger. These should be a cakewalk confused compared to that one. Finally, my goodness. Really had to finesse that one in. These are still hard, even if they're small, not as small as that last one. Okay, we're gonna try something slightly different. I want to just bring this down. I think what we're gonna do is just 3 lids that are different. So I don't have the emotional bandwidth to continuously try to do this one. And it's good to have some variety. So I think that's still too big. Well, maybe not for this one. Oh, good. Just double check. 2 more. I gotta say, I don't like that lid as much though, now that I'm seeing it. Wonder wonder how else I can try this lid. How do I make it this small? Key here is I need a tall nubbin to compensate for the other thing. So what if I just make a tall nubbin like that? And then what if I just push this clay up and then bring this part down and then this up? Oh, well, you're looky there. Now that's interesting. That is a significantly smarter way of doing it. Oh, shoot, I just cut through whatever. It doesn't really matter. As long as it fits, it'll be fine. At least figure out how to do it like right before the last one. I don't think either of these are gonna fit. Oh, that fits. Okay, one more to do. And it pretty much always happens like that. And then by the time we make more of these, I'm gonna have already forgotten that technique. That's the issue. Oh, interesting. It didn't do it on this one. Why did this not work? What step did I skip? Huh. Well, now I'm confused. Yeah, exactly. I have to lose my mind with this clay body. For miniatures, I think it'll be great for your double walled peace dragon, but for miniatures, I'm gonna lose my shit on this clay. We're just gonna do the other one. Can't I can't keep doing it. I guess I learned nothing. Weird. Good. Then when I remember it next time, I'll remember that I didn't actually learn how to do anything. So this is it works out. Yeah. Right. What's also just like a tease is that for some reason down low is super, super soft. But then where I'm working is like a piece of stone. I'm done overcomplicating it. We're just gonna do it. What's up, Maverick? How are you? Is it Rita? Am I don't know why my brain's having a hard time with that one. Yeah, it was a okay. It was um it was a very busy weekend, and so I didn't really have any time to just chill. So, but it was productive, I guess, and I'm excited for this week to be over though. If that Oh, good, good. All right, now we're gonna trim all of our little doozy whatsits. I'm making tiny pendants today, Rita. Where is trimming tool I need? There it is. Please don't pop out. Don't do it. No one want to. Please don't do it. The nice thing is that since these are pendants, they can go through the bottom. So I'll probably open up the bottom a little bit. Gets rid of some weight, helps them dry a little bit faster. So Rita, what are you getting up to today? Anything fun? Today's literally going to be the bane of my existence for small scale work. Why did we do this? It's so silly. Ah, it's cute. It's not trimmed flat, which kind of annoys me. Not sure. It's cute, right? Oh, that sounds very loud. Is that do they do that often? Yep. Teapot's just a jar or a vase anyway. I wish people thought of them that way. I think they'd be less daunting when they try to go out to make them. A spout's just a bud vase, though. It doesn't make any sense to me. People make bud vases or vases all the time, but I think the word spout is more daunting than the word vase. But it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Oh, damn. So you're very close. So you have to hear it all the time. What landed you that close to a military base? Gotcha. What do you do for work, Rita? I'm sure we talked about it, but I don't recall. So another reason I'm taking out the bottoms of these is that we threw them all off the hump. I'm not the best thrower off the hump, so much less likely they'll crack if there's no bottom, you know? Cheating a little bit in that respect. Oh, hell yeah. That's super cool. How long have you been a lab scientist? What does a lab scientist do? What are you currently working on? Damn, alright. That's awesome. Do you love it? I kind of assume so if you've been in the field that long. Huh. Damn, alright, important stuff. Super cool. Damn. I'm sure it is. That sounds like it would be very busy. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's such a great thing to be doing. Love to hear it. Yeah, fair. It's being a nurse seems intense. A friend of mine's going back to school to be a nurse right now, and, yeah. I wonder if I can get one of these done to get into the Nabor gamma firing. Like, I wonder if it'll be dry and I can biscuit in time for that. It'll dry quick. Hmm. So I am cutting a hole all the way through like you guys saw. We could even make, oh my god, you know what'd be really cool? You know the teapot that has a hole all the way through? It'd be cool to make a small mini version of that, wouldn't it? We can try to do that on one of these if you guys are interested. Oh, that is an insane person thing to say. Okay, cool. So on one of these, we'll try. You like the feeling of bisque stuff on your hands? Oh my god, I hate it. It's like chalky and like gritty and blah. Yeah, I'm about to lose my fucking mind right here, Dragon. I I already regret saying it. We're gonna do it though, because why not? Why not just absolutely go off the rails today? Exactly. Yeah, I'd be shocked if you ever find anybody else who enjoys that feeling, Rita. I mean, I'm sure someone else exists, but yeah, that is yeah, not a common enjoyment. Oh, good. Well, you guys should be friends. Your friend and Rita should be friends. Okay. Making progress. Only have a couple more to trim. And then I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the spouts on everything, get those spouts and lids on everything. And then what I think I'm gonna do is actually, well, we'll contemplate the handles. I might do the handles with you guys now, but I also might just take a break because we've been at this for an hour and a half already, and I think it'd be good for me to sit down. Yeah, I got my tea. So I think we were just it's a lovely day today. So I think Dog and I will just sit outside for a little bit. I mean, she's already outside. She's been a great dog. She's been tearing up an old stump all day. She's been such a good dog. It sure would be. I think it'd be a good pottery name too, like a business name. Just contemplating handles, and then you never make handles. The business is contemplating handles, but you never make handles. Yeah, she's such a good worker. I'm not sure why she's doing it. There's clearly something like buried into the bottom there, but she keeps pouncing on it like a little fox. That's a hell of a lot easier than me trying to get rid of the stump, so come on, don't do that to me. Just just let me trim, please. Mosquito is attacking my face currently too. I'm sure they appreciated that. Um, I mean, to be honest, I don't mosquitoes aren't I would take mosquitoes over ticks any day of the week, but yeah, they are annoying. Okay, 3 more things to trim, then we can attach the lids and spouts. Jealous. We have so many pigs, it's insane here. Oops, I just shoved my pin tool through the top on this one. Appreciate that. I'm trying to teach the kids I teach on Wednesdays in the woods there that ants are not like a bad thing. They keep seeing ants and they keep calling all ants fire ants because their parents have taught them badly. And so they all just have panic attacks constantly because these parents have just misinformed their children of what they're looking at. It's very upsetting. And they only partially believe me, where I'm telling them that it's okay, just leave them alone, and they'll leave you alone. It's like people I hear who teach their kids that all this is the saying that I hate most. It's the leaves of three, let it be. I hate that saying because it is so inaccurate. There's so many plants that have three leaves. Just learn what poison ivy looks like. It's not that hard. And so you just have panic-riddled children around here because their parents have taught them these horrible sayings that mean nothing because they're city folk. It's very frustrating. Ah, yeah, but just leave it alone. You know what I mean? That's the big thing is like if you see a bunch of ants that you assume are fire ants, like trying to teach these kids to not then go and try to like interact with it is hard too because they want to then show everybody that there's fire ants there. It's so weird. The whole thing is so weird to me. Um, Now they have panic attacks and try to kill them, dragon, and I have to stop kids from just randomly causing genocide on fucking innocent animals that have not don't care about our existence. Ah, okay. Kids are all just little sociopaths. It's insane. Okay. Mm. And that's mainly what's around here, those big black ants that do nothing. But for some reason, everybody just thinks everything is out to get them. It's really sad. It's like crazy to me. I have to like stop kids from killing ladybugs because they their parents like have designated them as the animal killer in their house that all their children because their parents don't want to touch bugs. It's the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen. And you're just creating a fear of something for no reason. Yeah, humans are just disgusting. I'm not a fan of our species. Never have been. Yeah, because they're amazing. I've at least gotten the kids to stop murdering poor innocent animals around me because they know that's the only thing that'll actually legitimately make me mad. They can do anything else because they're children, whatever. But that killing innocent bugs just because their parents don't like them is not not cool. Yeah, it's the small part I can do. I might need to redo a lot of these spouts. I'm not sure I'm happy with them. Okay. Yeah, I would too. I'd be terrified because humans just kill things for no reason. And we've created all these phobias that are based in nothing. Hmm. The kids keep being freaked out about snakes around us here too, and I'm like, Guys, there's no, we don't have poisonous snakes here." I mean, there technically is a silverhead, but I'm in the woods 98% of my day, and guess who's never seen one of those snakes? So the likelihood of them seeing one, it's like, guys, just chill out. Why are your parents just giving you all this horrible information? So frustrating. Oops, I forgot to poke a hole. Thanks, Amanda. And I'm not sure if you were here when I said this earlier, but this is one of the few teapots that I'm going to continue making from like actual sized ones. Right? Right? Like just leave things alone. It's like if you get bit, like there are some like yellow jackets are dicks, but just leave them alone. You know what I mean? People keep getting closer to things and then attack things and then have panic attacks around those things, which are triggering for those poor animals. And then they freak out because you're freaking out for no reason. And they are much smaller and are defending themselves. And then people blame the thing. It's so backwards. You know, for as smart as humans say we are, it's a really stupid species. Love that one. I don't know how smart we ever were, but yeah, probably. Agreed. You know, there was a really nice This American Life episode that came out, I think this past weekend or this weekend, then the whole episode was kind of about how we have decided which animals are good and which animals are bad as far as like eating them go. And you know, it was a really nice listen to just I mean, it was depressing as all, and I really didn't need to hear a bunch of baby pigs screaming as they get slaughtered so people can have bacon. Considering I haven't eaten meat for 29 years, I just don't need to hear it. Doesn't do anything for me except depress me more. But it was nice that a more mainstream media was kind of talking about the value of things and how we value animals as an object that we can do whatever we want to just because we want that thing. It's just insane, disgusting. The older I get, the two things I get more my tolerance for acceptance of is eating meat and religion. I have pretty much no tolerance for either of those things anymore. Right? Agreed. And you should kill the animal yourself, raise it and kill it yourself. I tell you guys, I ate fish for Olive for her dinners. I've only taken 4 fish this year, and I have cried so hard each time this year. I'm having a really hard time doing it this year. I've always had a hard time. I'm really having a hard time this year. Um, but I want to be part of it because that's the she wants to enjoys eating fish and she has no ethical qualms about stuff and we can more or less ethically source fish, whereas pretty much anything else in the meat industry is unethically sourced. Yep, that should be added to the list. It's weird that we don't see humans as animals. It's kind of a weird paradigm. Yeah, but how is that any more disgusting than a pig? Yeah, so are literally all farm animals though, because they're just pumped full of antibiotics constantly. So when you go to a market and you pick up any kind of meat, that thing from birth has been just perpetually pumped with horrible shit. So it's, yeah, yeah, a lot of it makes me angry. I just think it's incredibly selfish to eat meat. Another one that's interesting to me is when people say that they love animals but then eat meat. You mean you love specific animals? It's a very interesting paradox again. I don't know, not paradox, it's not the right word, but it doesn't matter. Paradigm? Is that the word I was trying to think of? I really like this 2 one. We're gonna make some actual 2 stack teapots for, like, actual use because I think this is lovely design. I was contemplating this, but I don't like, even numbers, so I didn't wanna do it originally, but I really like this. Good. And how'd it make you feel? My issue is the biggest issue is the disconnect and the disassociation. I think that it's still not great if you I mean, like, again, even what I'm doing with olive for olive, I don't necessarily fully agree with it ethically, but, I do so much more so than the other things considering they're at least out in the wild. But I think being a part of it is huge, and I think it would stop a lot of people. If there's no emotional like, if you're going to the store and you're just buying meat without crying as you buy it, then clearly that you're way you're disconnected. You need to be a part of it. You're not a part of it in that point. And if you're not crying, you might be a sociopath. I bet. Mm. Oh, and since we're on the mild topic of all this, the dairy industry is almost more fucked up than the meat industry. So vegetarianism is also not like a great standing point. Well, that's good. Mm. You should listen to that This American Life episode because they had a big section on meat rabbits and just rabbits in general because of how we've classified rabbits. Some rabbits have um, some rabbits get a lot of special treatment and some don't. And the podcast is actually about it's about an activist who stole two cows and um or two pigs rather, baby pigs that were dying. Um, yeah, it's worth listening to. This is also gives you another look into the other stuff. I'll link it in the Discord after, in case it wasn't This American Life. My last thing that I'm just gonna say about this whole thing, and then we can talk about something else. Um, is that like I don't usually like talk about it too often, and like I never really bring up the fact that I'm vegan, um, unless someone's trying to like force feed me some dead flesh that they bought at a store. Um, but the one thing that is so confusing to me is that I keep hearing it's kind of like an elitist like thing to be able to become a vegan, and it's like very like privileged, and it's such a weird thing to say in the states. You're in a place where you can't access other sorts of protein and things like that, or you're like in the middle of the jungle and you have to survive on whatever, I don't know, which would never happen today. You know, there's circumstances for it, but just like in this climate that we live in now, it's just selfish. And the elitist thing doesn't, it's just like such a weird cop out. I understand people that are grappling with their own emotional part of it, and having someone's views that they've lived with their whole life without contemplating is a hard thing to listen to and hard thing to sit with. And it's just, I don't know, it just bums me out that we're not allowing for self reflection as a society. And when the only way to like instigate a conversation is I don't even want to do anymore. It's like trying to talk to someone who's religious. It's like I'm not going to change their mind. People are like they always talk to me. Oh, I can't give up cheese. Oh, I love bacon. Well, you're a fucking sociopath. Yes, you can. You don't want to. Um, I'm sick of hearing so much stuff. And since I was a child, I stopped eating meat when I was 6, and then became vegan when I was 18. And like I still hear to this day, people think fish is not meat, chicken is not meat, like all these other things. And it's like when someone finds out, they immediately are like, they say the same fucking lines every time. I could never give this up. I could never do that. How do you get your protein? It's like, come on, I get more protein than you do. And if you looked at me and then you looked at yourself and then you thought about athleticism, who's doing better? Most of the time, I'm doing better than they are on that front. So I don't know what their conversation is, like what their point is about the lack of protein. It's so confusing to me. Anyway, that's my last little gripe about it. It's just frustrating. Okay, let's look at all of our teapots. Then I'm going to take a break because I'm I just need a break. So here are our 8 teapots. One just fell over, but that's okay. Here are our 8 teapots on some plastic. I'll let this spin around a little bit. It's gonna be hard to see kind of with the plastic, but they're there. So we're gonna make handles. I think a lot of top handles for these, maybe some side handles for like maybe this one. But top handles, like we were talking about earlier, they work better for pendants because you can really hang it down. So all right, it's 11:27. I have essentially another like hour and a half that I can be in the studio. So let me drink some tea, chill for a second. We'll put some handles on there, see how we're doing, and potentially make Dragon's Teapot. All right. See you guys in a bit.